The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that a hidden betrayal is about to explode in the Forrester family. And it starts with a voice message that was never meant to be heard. Brooke Logan is pacing in her living room, staring at her phone with a look of disbelief. Earlier that morning, she had received an anonymous voicemail. The voice was disguised, distorted, but the message was clear. You think you can trust Ridge, but he's hiding something that would tear your family apart. At first, Brooke thought it was a cruel prank, but then came the photo attachment, grainy but unmistakable. Rich Forrester at a private dinner, with Sheila Carter. Brooke's world turns upside down. She rushes to Steffi's house, demanding answers, but Steffi knows nothing. In fact, she's just as shocked, especially since Finn had told her he saw Sheila leaving town permanently. So why is Ridge meeting her now? Meanwhile, Ridge is in his office at Forrester Creations, preparing a new men's line with RJ and Thomas, completely unaware of the bomb that's about to drop. He gets a text from Brooke. We need to talk. Now. Brooke arrives moments later, slamming her phone on the table. Explain this, she demands. Ridge looks at the photo and is speechless. This isn't what it looks like, he starts, but Brooke cuts him off. That line doesn't work anymore. Why were you with her? After everything Sheila's done. Ridge hesitates, then confesses. Sheila contacted him privately, claiming she had information about Eric's recent health scare, something no one else could know. She insisted they meet in person to share it. Ridge agreed, but only because he thought it could help his father. Brooke is stunned. You trusted Sheila over your own family? Ridge pleads for her to understand, but Brooke walks away, furious, and determined to find out the truth on her own. At the same time, Finn receives an unexpected visitor at the hospital, Deacon Sharp. Deacon looks worried. I need to talk to you about Sheila, he says. Something's not right. Deacon explains that Sheila disappeared 2 nights ago without telling anyone where she was going, and now he can't reach her. Finn is confused. Steffi told him Sheila was gone for good. Now Deacon is saying she's missing? And Ridge had dinner with her? The contradictions pile up. In a different corner of town, Liam is secretly meeting with Hope at Il Giardino. They've been trying to rebuild trust, but Hope keeps glancing at her phone. Is something wrong? Liam asks. She hesitates. It's RJ, she finally says. He told me something strange about Ridge. Something about a secret trip last week to a private clinic. Liam narrows his eyes. What kind of clinic? Hope shrugs. RJ doesn't know, but Ridge asked him to keep it quiet. Liam immediately suspects foul play. Is Ridge hiding a medical condition? Or someone else's? Back at Forrester Creations, Steffi pulls Thomas aside. Something's going on with Dad, she says. He's acting weird. First the Sheila meeting, now this clinic visit. I don't know what to think. Thomas reveals something he hadn't shared before. A mysterious encrypted file Ridge accidentally left open on his laptop. Thomas didn't read it completely but saw one line that stuck with him. Patient ID, Forrest Level Red. That's not a name, that's a code. Meanwhile, Eric Forrester is recovering at home, and Donna notices he's been having memory lapses again. At first she thought it was stress, but now she's worried it could be something worse. She calls Bridget, who immediately schedules a home visit. Bridget takes a few tests and leaves with a worried look, not saying much. But that evening, she calls Ridge privately. We need to talk about Dad's condition. It's progressing faster than we thought. At that same moment, Sheila is seen in a dark hospital room, barely conscious, hooked up to machines. She's not in prison and she's not free. She's a hidden patient, and someone is keeping her there secretly. A voice speaks from the shadows. You should have stayed away. Now you'll do exactly as I say, or you'll never see daylight again. The camera pulls back to reveal the man speaking, Jack Finnegan, Finn's father, very much alive and clearly playing a game far more dangerous than anyone suspected. The next morning, Steffi receives a mysterious package at her home. Inside is a single photo. Rich handing over a file to someone in a dark alley. No context. No name. Just a note that says, blood doesn't always mean loyalty. As she stares at the image, her hands begin to shake. She calls Finn and tells him, we need to find out what your father has been doing, and what my father is hiding. Because this feels like the beginning of something very, very bad. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that the secrets Ridge tried to bury are erupting, and the fallout will ripple through every corner of the Forrester family. As Steffi stares at the photo of Ridge exchanging a file in a dark alley, she senses her entire world is about to collapse. She rushes to Forrester Creations and confronts Ridge in front of Thomas, RJ, and Hope. What is this? Why are you giving someone files in secret? Ridge is stunned. Where did you get that? Steffi holds her ground. Answer me, Dad. Are you working with someone behind our backs? Ridge tries to defend himself, but his words don't land. Everyone in the room now suspects he's hiding something much bigger. Meanwhile, Sheila regains consciousness in the hidden hospital room. Her vision is blurry, but she recognizes the man standing over her, Jack Finnegan. You, she croaks. Jack leans in. You tried to take everything from my son. Now you're going to help me fix it. Sheila is confused. Jack explains that he has uncovered something that could destroy the Forresters. Years ago, while working on an elite fertility program, he altered several medical files, including Eric Forrester's. Jack had discovered a dormant neurological disorder in the Forrester bloodline, but kept it hidden, fearing the fallout. Now that disorder has awakened in Eric, and Ridge knows. Jack claims that Ridge is trying to suppress the truth, not to protect Eric, but to protect the Forrester legacy. Back at Brooke's house, she plays the anonymous voicemail over and over again. Something about the distorted voice sounds familiar. She runs it through an app RJ gave her, and manages to isolate some of the background noise. A musical ringtone playing faintly. Brooke remembers that ringtone. Only one person used it, Taylor Hayes. Brooke's face freezes. Could Taylor have sent this message? And if so, why? At the hospital, Bridget calls a secret meeting with Steffi and Thomas. She reveals that Eric's test results are alarming. Not only is the neurodegenerative condition real, it's inherited. She hands them a sealed envelope. Inside are results showing that Ridge tested positive as a carrier. Bridget warns them. You both need to get tested immediately. If you carry the gene, your children could be at risk. Steffi is shaken. Her daughter Kelly is only a child. What if she inherited the same condition? Simultaneously, Hope sneaks into Ridge's office and finds the encrypted file Thomas mentioned. She breaks into it using a code she once saw Ridge use, RJ 1997. The file opens, revealing a secret medical report, a payment record to a private lab overseas, and a signed non-disclosure agreement between Ridge and Jack Finnegan. Hope's mouth drops open. Why is Ridge paying Jack? She whispers to herself. She quickly copies the files onto a flash drive and sends it to Liam, who has been searching for Sheila, finally tracks down a nurse who worked at the same secret facility where Sheila is being held. She tells him that the patient listed as Carter S. was admitted under government lockdown but paid for privately. Deacon puts the pieces together. Ridge and Jack must have arranged for Sheila to be hidden away to prevent a bigger truth from getting out. But what? At Spencer Publications, Liam shows Bill the files Hope sent him. Bill reads through the documents and clenches his fists. This isn't just a cover-up, he growls. This is medical fraud. Ridge buried a condition in his family line to protect the company. If this gets out, Forrester Creations could fall overnight. Liam hesitates. Do we go public? Bill looks straight at him. We let Ridge confess. Or we burn him with the truth. Meanwhile, Steffi visits Eric, who seems lucid for a moment. He whispers, Tell Ridge. I forgive him. He was just protecting me. Steffi begins to cry. Forgive him for what, Grandpa? Eric reaches for her hand. For keeping me alive longer than I should be. The treatments, they were risky. Steffi's eyes widen. Treatments. Eric explains that Ridge authorized an experimental treatment overseas, without FDA approval, hoping to slow the disease. It worked for a while. But now his body is failing. That night, Ridge calls a family meeting. Everyone is there: Brooke, Hope, RJ, Thomas, Steffi, Bridget, even Liam and Bill. He stands in the center of the room and finally comes clean. I lied to protect my father. I found out a year ago that he carried a degenerative disease. Jack confirmed it. I paid to have Eric treated quietly, using an unapproved protocol. And when I learned Sheila knew the truth, because she used to work at one of those clinics. I paid her to stay silent, even to disappear. I had her relocated to a facility under Jack's supervision. I never expected this would spiral into a nightmare. The room is silent until Thomas speaks. And what about us, Dad? You never told us this runs in the family. Ridge looks ashamed. I wanted to wait until I was sure. But I was wrong. I should have told you all sooner. At that moment, Taylor walks in. He wasn't going to tell you. I sent the voicemail to Brooke. I knew he was lying. Everyone turns to her, stunned. Taylor continues. I found out about the treatments when I was doing trauma counseling at the clinic where Sheila was being held. I saw Ridge's signature on the files. I begged him to tell the family. He refused. So I made sure the truth would come out. Steffi turns to Ridge. I don't know if I can ever trust you again. Ridge pleads. I did this for Grandpa. Brooke shakes her head. You didn't just lie. You took away our choice to prepare. To protect our children. Liam walks forward and drops the flash drive on the table. This contains everything. We were going to go public. But maybe now it's your choice, Ridge. Will you let the world know the truth, or will you hide again? Ridge picks up the flash drive, stares at it for a moment, and then looks at Eric. Eric nods weakly. Let them know. No more secrets. In the final scene, Ridge stands at a press conference at Forrester Creations. He faces the cameras and says, There's a truth about my family that has been hidden for too long. It's time to share it. Not as a CEO, not as a designer, but as a son, a father, and a human being. The press flashes. The room is silent. The legacy of the Forresters has changed forever.